Now, like me, you've probably spent many a long night pondering the answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything. Well, not only has my next guest done plenty of that, he's also managed to carve a brilliant career as one of the funniest and most inventive writers in, well, anywhere. Oh, and by the way, he's also discovered the answer to the ultimate question. Ladies and gentlemen, the man who gave the world the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Mr. Douglas Adams. Tall Douglas Adams. Pointlessly. Unnecessary being that tall, Douglas, but it's worked for you, has it?
Well, it's funny, comedy writers are an incredibly tall bunch of people. Well, John Cleese told me the other day, he found himself one day in a group of people being photographed, and it was him and Peter Cook and Ray Galton and Alan Simpson and Frank Muir and Dennis Norden and Graham Chapman. Graham Chapman is 6'3", and he was the shortest. Well, it's a very tall...
Why is that? I hope you've got the answer to this question. Why would that be?
Well, I've no idea, but I do know that...
Great if you had an idea. It would be so
well, I think when I went to my careers advisor at school, they sort of looked at me and said, well, you're 6'5". Have you considered a career in comedy writing? No, I think what it is... No, the weird thing is, most comedy performers, well, a lot of comedy performers tend to be rather short. I mean, you know, Dudley Moore was short, and whereas Cook was tall. I think that my theory is that if you're a little guy, you know, you're trying to expand yourself the whole time, and trying to be big. But if you're a big guy, then you actually have to sort of keep yourself contained physically an awful lot. So whatever's going on there has to find some other way of getting out.
That's an interesting theory. John Cleese being both a writer and a comedy performer, though, I suggest this is where it all unravels, Douglas.
Oh yes, it's not a very good theory.
It's not a thought-out theory.
No, not at all. But you know, it keeps us going.
Yeah, but many theories aren't. Many theories.
No. Most theories are a lot of rubbish in my experience. Well, certainly most of mine.
Most of yours. But it's a good one, and I'm sticking with it.
Right.
All comedy writers are tall.
Are very, very tall.
Apart from the
very tall.
Yes. Now, Starship Titanic, that's one of the things I want to talk about tonight. What exactly? I'm not very computer literate, so you're going to have to go slowly through this. This is a CD-ROM.
It's a CD-ROM. It's a game, it's an adventure game, or to call it by its Ponzi title, it's interactive fiction. It's a story that unfolds on your computer rather than on a television screen or whatever, and it responds to you. You know, you find yourself in a situation. Let me explain what the situation is, which is that the world's or the galaxy's most fabulous, extraordinary, stupendous, beautiful, technologically advanced interstellar cruise liner has, on its maiden voyage, crashed into your home.
Into your home? Oh,
into your home, that's right, yes. And you find yourself on board it. Well, you don't have to get on board it if you want to play the 2-minute version of the game. I mean, it has to be your money.
If you want to go downstairs and have dinner.
That's right, yes.
Yeah.
And you find yourself on board it, and it's populated by a sort of a crew of semi-deranged robots and a parrot.
Of course.
The parrot, actually, I have to say, parrot is played by, the voice of the parrot is played by Terry Jones. And this is the part he was born to play, I have to say. Right. I mean, he will tell you that every other part he's ever played in his life, he played as a parrot. And this is the first time he's actually playing a parrot. I mean, you remember in Life of Brian, you know, he's not the Messiah! He's a very naughty boy! That was a parrot.
Of course, I hadn't noticed that he actually had. You're right.
Yes, he's a parrot.
So finally, you've given him that chance. And is the cast stuffed to bursting with your comedy mates? I mean, we've already got Cleese in there and Terry Jones. I'm not saying your name dropping, but you do mix in good comedy circles with legends.
Well,
are all your muckers in there?
Well, there's one very good friend of mine called Phil Pope, who is kind of one of those people who you won't necessarily know.
He was in Who Dares Wins.
That's right. Yeah, so and he's the only person I know whose career nadir, as far as he was concerned, was having a #1 hit. Because he's a great musician as well. Yes. But when I say it was the nadir of his career, it's because the hit he had was the Chicken Song, which he wrote because he did all the music for Spitting Image. So, but that's a good
still trying to live that down.
That's right. Yes.
The one great thing though, that's called Starship Titanic. Well, people are going to buy it no matter what because it's got the word Titanic.
Yeah, it's weird actually because a lot of people assume, you're sort of jumping on the Titanic bandwagon. You know, these projects, are in preparation for years and years and years, and suddenly they happen to come out.
But it's handy, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, no, we're not going to suffer from it. Though it looked at one point as if we might do because. because, you know, a few months ago, everybody was saying, oh, Titanic, you know, it's a complete disaster, and, you know, are you sure you shouldn't rename your game? I said, no, you know, the name is the name, you know, we'll see how.
Okay. Well, talking about film, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, so many rumours over the years.
Yes.
It's going to be a film, then it's not, then again. What is the latest update?
The latest update is that it's now definitely maybe going to be a film.
Okay, just slipped in maybe. Douglas. Okay.
No, the thing is, we've now done. I've done this a deal with Disney, and this time we've actually got a director in place, and it's all as set fair as it possibly can be right at this minute.
And do Disney want to change it? Any little mousy type characters?
The great thing is that the director is very keen. No. The point about Disney, I mean, you know, remember Disney don't just do the little fairy movies.
They do their grown-ups.
They also do, you know, there's Hollywood Pictures and Miramax and all these different ones, all these different.
So you're in the grown-up section.
I'm in the
You might be left alone to do what you want to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it the original script you'd written, or are you going to?
No, well, I'm going to be doing a new one. Though, in fact, I mean, I've done a number of scripts over the years. This one is probably going to go much more closely back to the very original, I think.
Any ideas of casting? Let's what's your dream cast?
I'm not going to tell you.
That. You're not going to tell me.
No, the thing is, I can't.
You can't say.
I can't just say at the moment, you know, because you know there are people we're talking to, but you know the way it is.
Okay, I know the way it is. Well, what you're going to have to come back once the film's made.
I will,
and we'll talk about who's got two faces in America other than Clinton. Say, as a parting cheap shot to Clinton. It's Douglas Adams, everyone. It's a pleasure. Okay, Douglas Adams, everyone. Now, I think, personally, I would be failing in my job as